let's see, we were developing main base. Developed little cop. We were developing a two-way perimeter for this thing. Okay, that should be doable, maybe, possibly. I don't fucking know. Why are you slightly off? Oh, great. Okay, well. It's gonna be a little annoying. With the drag glitch, too. I could redo it, but nah. I'd be willing to bet money it would break anyway, so let's see. We want to get an external perimeter wall going. This would loop around. And then we need a ramp up in that corner. Right? We don't want to hide those, but I do want to hide those lamps, so we need to get a layer off for that thingamajig. Okie dokie, artichoke. I need to make it thinner, because I don't want to hide those, but I do want to hide the lamps. There we go. That should be good. That little shed building I don't really mind too much. But that should be a-okay. Now I need a medium. Need walkways here. Give me... Let's see if a medium will fit. It does not. Okay. Then I need... this line extended, and I will fit it right here for now, and let's see how much I can do the short for. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Alright, so with that, we have an internal layering here, though we do have a small issue with this piece. Where's that medium? Okay. But let me guess, the short's not going to be enough. Barely. We can make it work. Okay, so... I mean, I have them right there, so it doesn't really matter. We've got that piece layered in. Kind of. This needs to be shrunk down a little bit. Or what I can do is I can double layer that. Have a little extension right there and turn that into a little weapon position. That should be more than enough, but I need to also get this thing properly internalized here. So that wasn't all of the pieces. That was also not all of the pieces. Because otherwise I'd have to put a ladder right there. And then I'm going to have to put some walls around to properly layer everything. But how are you guys in chat doing? Again, I'm just taking a break because my brain is a little meshed out right now. And I could use the time. Now, realistically, we need another layer right here. I don't need this piece, though. What I do need is the ramp. It's not in here. Of course it isn't. Why would it be? Ramp piece. Because we have to focus on making the proper archways. Yeah, now we do have a little bit of clipping going out here, but that's fine. I can block this off with the wall. But then again, actually, no, I will have to block it off with the wall because of physics. But we'll worry about that on the next layer of detail here. So basically, ramp up inside, levels out. All right, I see 3 different little layers of stuff here. So let's try to smooth this out evenly. You gotta drag it out so you don't get the little drag glitch back and forth. And that should be good. But yeah, you got the layer for the outer wall.
Goat Team 6.
I can't really make anything go through the internal area over here. So, I mean, not really, because you can't really... So you can't, through Arma, go through this section. You can go under in this section, but that's it. So with that all done,
Send in Goat
let's see.
Team
GT,
6
thanks for the 28-month resub, and Bearded Lore, thanks for the 32-month resub. I hope you both keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a little kick out of this building thingamajig. Dumb idea. So we want to build a southern wall component. However, we can't put these down because it'll block the way. So what if... There's physics under those, right? Yes. So theoretically... It's a 30-degree incline. No, it's like a 29? It's like a 31-degree. It's a half degree. I hate it when they do half degrees. Okay, 28. Let me guess. This is... Okay. 29.5. Let's do 28.5. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it looks wonky, but that's how I can get a bridge. Speaking of, I might actually, if I replace a part here, be able to do that on this section. If I were to just... What? Let's see. We take a medium. And then we layer that in the internal right there. And then we balance it on the walkways. This would leave that. And now how would we take this piece? How would we do this? So if I wanted to make this work, I'd have to take this entire subsection and lower it so the legs don't clip. And then I'm going to have to do a walk test to make sure you can still walk through this area without the legs doing any blocking of assets. It doesn't really matter what it looks like underneath, as long as it's viable. So this would mean I would have to take everything in the middle section and adjust this subsystem. But I think we're onto something here. First off, That is the entire subsystem selected, yes, and now we have to do a long distance drag. No, game, I want... can you... Okay. Which means I would need to adjust this arc right here a little bit so it's lowered into the texture that's beyond perfect. And that would mean I get this as a ramp that I can go through. But now, how do I make an upper ramp? There's a few different ways I can do this, but I'm thinking... it's tough. How much distance, as a hypothetical, do we get? Here, let me turn this back to 90 so it's easier to turn. I don't have to count up to 180. How much would we get if I broke this into this type of piece? Could I stretch this to be all the way over? It's just well, no. And we get this little knock-in piece, which means I could turn that into a little bunker storage area. That could be neat. So let me build on that. I gotta really think about my asset number, but, you know, the more complex we can make it, let's just make it as complex as we want, and then we'll cut down on features afterwards. Just the question's gonna become, can we fit someone in there? So let's just take a random dude. Check his height. I mean, theoretically, this looks like it could work for at least regular people. Space Marines, I don't know. It's going to be a big lag spike as it loads its entire skeleton. A little bit of clipping for him, but that's fine. But now we actually have to see if we can get a dude in here. Yeah, Barb, I'm going to try to come on TMTM this Thursday. I don't really have much else going on, so we'll see how things go. Now we just have to let it load all the assets here. Another thing I got to think about is the sheer amount of stuff, but it looks like this can work. Now, as I was saying, oh, okay, you can pass through these things now. Looks like they fixed that, but the textures to shoot. See how some of the bullets are going right onto that thing? So I want to try to avoid these as best I can. So we're still going to need the internal walling. I'm going to need to wall that off. That's fine. Now, if that worked okay, I just want to check this ramp here. Because this is going to get all layered off in a block, but... base ace stamina. What a bitch. Yeah, no, this would work fine. Good. Good, 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 good. So, we've got that tied out. Assets-wise, I think I'm still within my budget here. But now, let's start transposing this to this section. Now, I'm not going to do an internal weapon cache thingamajig for this area, but... Actually, no, I should still, because that, again, creates a little archway right there, so... let's transpose it. And the best way to do that is actually going to be just delete that. Let's take everything that exists right here. Get it copied, have a look at it. That looks like everything. And then line it up with what we have right here. Now, the difference is I'm going to want to turn this around 360 degrees and adjust it accordingly. As well as potentially drag that and this other piece right here a little more to the right to center it. Now, it does go into this tree, which is a little concerning, but at the same time, this turns into another question of, do I want to turn that into a secondary entrance or have that be my secondary? And I think that's what I'm going to keep as the secondary. So, are these all medium pieces? Why did I make it out of medium pieces when I could have used lawns? Liru. Are these all medium? Why did I build these out of meat? Liru. Liru. Okay. Well, I'm an idiot, but what else is new? Why did I build these all out of mediums? That's okay. This is why you always double and triple check your work. Yeah, so that's short for a corner piece. But with lawn pieces, you can use a little less assets, which do save you, you know, fractions of a frame for everyone else. Which is what you want to try to do. And then I can correct it with mediums, like right there, and see it still works out. Now, what I do want to do going back, though, is delete this piece. Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we? And it doesn't matter if that's lawn or medium, but that was like, what, 5 or 6 pieces? Now it's reduced to, you know, 4. Yeah, these are made out of lawns, so why did I build these out of media? I don't know. Guess I just selected the wrong one. Yeah, 700th runs their own custom thing of Acre. I'm not the most thrilled about Acre, but, you know, it happens. Just work with what you got. And then this, I'm going to drag out a little bit like the other one, because we get a little more of an archway, and that also increases the amount of space down there. So, yeah, I like that. Looks a little tilted on the side, sure, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers when it comes to those side differentials. And now, I'm going to take this piece, transpose it. Now, there's other ways with some of the tools that you can have them auto-clip into each other, but usually when I make those tools, I end up making bases a little too short or a little too long, so I just prefer to eyeball it. And then third and final piece. Where does that fall in line to? About right there. So with that, what I'm going to do is we're going to grab another one of these, make sure it's set to local so I didn't screw anything up there. We're going to adjust this area here, and I'm going to hide these 2 trees. Next, I'm going to take a short piece. I'm going to flip it right here. Going to layer it And then I'm going to get really angry because you can see a problem. It's not long enough. Usually I don't have this problem, but I guess today is a very unpleasant exception. So it becomes, can I stretch this out any more? And the answer is no. Measure twice, cut once is the statement to go with. So instead, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move the entire subsystem here over by, you know, instead of, we're going to find a funky way to select all of this. Yeah, I want it to be measured right here, so it's a little easier for me. And that'll push a little more into the wall, but that is a-okay. It doesn't matter. A little bit of a height differential right there, but it's not going to cause any major issues. But since I'm a stickler, Meeseek, let's fix it. We still have everything going into the ground just fine, so... How do we want to do this? Okay. First things first, that's too short, so we can't utilize that as a subsystem. So where are the mediums? Do I have a medium piece already pre-stacked? No. So what I need to do now is grab a medium. I know we have them. And just make sure it's lined up to that section. Lift one up. Flip one around. And if I really wanted to be a stickler... No, we'll wait on that component. First, we're going to line these up to make it look proper. It's the best I'm going to get. And now... we're going to line it up. And then drag it back. Alright, so with that, I can now take these three sections and put them right here and get mad that it doesn't fit. Alright, and then that's gonna put a little bit of clipping right there. I can replace this with a medium potato. Oh my god. No, come on. I hate that glitch. If you try to do work that's really, really close to the original point, it likes to throw itself back and forth by an inch or two. So, like, if I were to... you see how it, like, hops like this? Even though I've got those tools up, I don't know why it does that. It's a gigantic pain in the ass. Alright, we'll bring it back a little bit so there's only some minor clipping in there. Cool, we got our archways here. And now we pretty much have the perimeter of the base. So, that's pretty good here. We've got basically some higher levels and then some lower levels, and we've got this massive doorway. Speaking of, let's work on the door. Now, how do I want to do this door? I'm thinking we'll do it halfway internally so we can layer both sides with bastions and some defensive positions. Yeah, that could work. Excuse me. So, with that, I need to find the door. And open down. And after I place this in, I'm going to need to test the door, make some adjustments. So that line right there is the door frame. Good to know. Because I need to take this entire structure and lower it till the door frame's in the ground like that. That's going to mean that those aren't clipping in anymore, which is fine, but now we need to test a door. Because last time, the last mission I did last weekend, I forgot that there was an upper boundary to that door for the frame, and it made it so vehicles were difficult to get in and out. Or I could keep that frame and instead put a few ramps, but I do need to think about where I save assets here and there for the asset count. But it's fine, just means I'll have less to work with on the town texturing, which is fine. Just, it'll have to do. This is a really roomy base. I'm gonna have to put some really big structures in here to make it feel less roomy. But how does the... It feels about halfway. I didn't measure it at all. But I would say looking up based off of where my screen ends, that it could be moved a little more to the right. So we'll adjust that by a little tidbit. And then we can work on the internalized bastions and go from there, so... Yeah, that should be good. Okay. Also, why does the paved road go this way, but the door, it's not center? Fuck you, that's why. I can't. I just... What I gotta work with. Oh, this is actually... I like this. Wow, that fits in really well with the frame here. Oh, yeah. No, that's good. And then we can just mirror this. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, yeah. All right. And then that that little window will open up with the door so you can make extra little firing positions. Ooh, yeah. All right. All right. No, the door, I can't set it to go up or down a certain height. It only opens all the way or doesn't open at all, which is a shame. But, I mean, it's 40K. I don't know why, but I feel like big doors and 40K go really well with each other. Now, what I can also do is I can make some line of fortification on the front and there. But right now, we're only going with application detail, and then I'll go into finer details considering asset count. This is only like, what, 30, 40 assets? I mean, the comp so far has used... Okay, no, I lied. I mean, but if we compare that many assets, and that's just the perimeter of that wall, to that many assets, yeah, so the length is really just those, but yeah, we're still in my ballpark territory for where I want to be here. So now, let's go into the industrial buildings, you know, those really big ones. I really want to see if I can get, like, the huge warehouse in here. It's not that one, it's the huge complex. Yes. Oh, and that's like... And then I can have my little summoning right here. But I'll protect it with some walls and stuff so it can't be sniped from the town. Yes. Okay. Alright, and it lines up so perfectly with the fucking... Oh my god! Yes. Okay, wait, we can inch this a little to the right, and now it goes right to that door, which you can't even freaking open. Oh, I love it. I love it. And it leaves a little bit of back alley room. Oh, baby. You know what? No, we're gonna use that as a little wall instead and tie it to right there. And that still lines up with that door, but I'm gonna move it a little. Well, no, actually, it was pretty well centered where it was. Yes, and that's perfect for where the door is. Then we got the ramps on the side. Yes, yes, yes. 2D. No, they all got hidden because the 700th hit all the Grimdark assets, and it makes everyone upsetty spaghetti. But what can you do about it? Okay. I'm gonna be extra. We're gonna be very, very extra for this. And you're probably wondering, why am I putting a giant tower on top of a doorway? Well, it's really, really simple. I intend to put freaking hydras up here. As like my AA defense or some bullshit like that.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Time for my much-needed dose of Wavoo. 38 months and counting, buddy.
It called me Wavoo. I swear. It called me Wavoo. What the fuck is a Wavoo? What? Killing Gal, thanks for the 38-month resub, man. I mean, we'll keep going, But Wavoo, like what? Oh, it has a bit of ooh-woo in there. That's just wrong. That's just I can't. Yeah, Wakfu. I'm speechless. I don't know. I don't know how to proceed with that. Just okay. Just okay. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep building this thing and pretend that that never happened. You know, I think that sounds good, right? Right. So what I'm doing is I'm building some, I'm going to put some off the side. That way they can easily go to the second story of this building. The one issue is this door is going to be here, so I'm going to have to wall that off with something. That should be easy enough, but let's see. How thick is the tall? Oh, the tall is daddy thick. Okay, let's put that away. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit any other industrial buildings in here. Maybe something in the corner. Yeah, I don't want it. I just... I don't know how to go from there. You got me. Such a weird way to put it, you know? And then this we can have be some artillery or something, but I know for a fact Here's what you gotta plan for. Armor's gonna come up here, and they're gonna be able to snipe anything and everything from up here. So how do we protect against that? Build a wall on that ridge. You know, that's actually not a bad idea. To build a wall. How the hell am I going to do that? I have a really dumb idea. Like, mega dumb. Now, asset-wise, it would be more economical to do, oh, man. Am I actually considering what I'm about to make? I'm actually considering it. Okay, this... Oh, this is gonna be some funky stuff. Okay. Okay. That has an underneath texture. Wow, I lucked out with that. Okay. Oh, this is just so bad. We're gonna have to make a way to get up here, but oh my god. All right, hypothetically. All right. Yep, and then we can join it like that. Do they actually line up? They do. Oh, this is like... No, this easily exceeds one of the dumbest things I've built in a very long time. Okay. That'll at least help protect the internal aspects there. I'm gonna need a back wall too. My god. What am I even building anymore? What did I do to this beautiful base? What did I do? Where'd it go wrong? But I need a way for armor not to be able to snipe things, so... Ay, ay, ay. How is this structurally supported? We're just gonna ignore people who ask those questions. Holy crap. Okay, that's fine. Here, we can line that up with the little thingamajig right there. There's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to walk on this, though. There can't be. right? And then we have an obligatory part that's, extended. I mean... yeah, that pretty much prevents the tanks from doing any ridge sniping, to say the least. We do have a middle ground position right here. But I'm surprised at how effective that was in working. Okay, now my really big question here. Because I gotta, if I can actually walk on this, I gotta figure out how the hell I'm gonna, like, make a stairway to heaven here for this bitch. Alright. Let's see if I clip out and die. I mean, this is technically a demon summoning, so I guess the janky crap makes sense. Oh my god. What is this? Oh my god. You can actually, like, take cover in the... oh my... oh, that's just... this is giving me more op ideas for later, to say the least. What about this part where it's trippy as shit? Okay, that's... this is actually pretty awesome. Yeah, so the one component is if you get stuck on that, you're gonna have to jump back up, but... huh. So now that we know you can walk on it, how the hell are we gonna get people up here? I have a really dumb idea. Incredibly dumb idea. Stairs are a great workout. Okay, that's part of a building. But we have these wooden stairs. Oh my god. This isn't gonna end well, Liru. We just build a giant stairwell up here or something? Maybe, possibly. If I just stack these on top of each other, what does it look like? It doesn't look pretty, Liru. It doesn't look pretty. Okay. There's another way I have in mind, but... we'll leave that for side detail. My god. Alright, do I want to build the internal, or excuse me, the external perimeter first, or do I want to build the rafters first? Let's do the external perimeter first. Let's make sure we save this beautiful, beautiful... I don't even know what to call it. How dumb we talking? Oh, it's gonna look very dumb. Oh, cool, I found the invisible wall. I'm not gonna lie. In terms of asset size, this might actually be better to utilize for length, so we're just gonna stick with that. Yeah, and that covers it up pretty nicely. Okay, hooray for giant assets! Jesus Christ. Okay. A little bit of a hole right there. We can just plug that. Game. Cool. I'm kind of digging the symbol work, at least for some of it. Now, this will just be the internal, excuse me, an external feature. I'm not going to do it internal. That's where we'll bring in the green walling, but... I'll do it up to that section at the very least. Alright, real quick, I'm just gonna turn this up because that feels very in tune with what I'm doing right now. Alright, so that's the external perimeter. Now, I could do it internally, but if I just add ramps... Is this even the right ramp? No, it's not. Okay. Which one's the right ramp? This one. That way, if they fall like dum-dums, they can at least get out. I wouldn't have to make giant walls for that side, and that can save me a few frames. Because at least if you have one wall blocking off their ways to, you know, get in the cheap way, which is cutting through these little, you know, statics right there, then you should be okay. But in case they fall in there, I won't have to do any Zeus teleportation. Because it won't be needed. You know, interesting enough, I was doing a, oh god, it's a hole. It's a hole. No! My eyes. Gotta make sure there's no holes. I don't want the 700s getting any funny ideas. Oh, we got a little one right there, but they're not gonna be able to fit, so it doesn't matter. Besides, if they go all the way out to this corner, they're silly. But I found out, I found out where Todd Howard got the "It Just Works" slogan from. Apparently, Steve Jobs used it back in the 90s when he became CEO of, what was it, Apple again from, they made him an interim CEO. Well, and Apple was falling apart. And he would just bring up that slogan for Macintosh stuff. So, apparently it's not just Todd Howard's, it's, Steve Jobs that claims it just works. Fun fact. Okay, so this is actually lined up fine. It's just not... There we go. Remembering small companies. They were a massive company by then, so they weren't really small, but... Oh, this is gonna be mean. Hold up, no, I'm making this small detail right now. You guys want to see what a jerk of a Zeus would do? They did not hide my shooting no. There it is, fighting position. Oh. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh my god. Why am I looking at Katie? And no. We're in Krieg right now. Damn it. Okay, hold on. I already ruined the surprise, but you know exactly what I'm setting up right here. Oh. Oh, that's low even for me. Because they're gonna just turn the corner and get annihilated. we can raise that. Alright, a little lower. Okay. Lower. Perfect. Just to make sure it works. I'm gonna be honest, the only group I make this level of keyholes for anymore, where I'll make them super complex, that they're not intended to beat. No, I take that back, because in the last public op, we made a really nasty keyhole, too. Yeah, I see them impacting on that back end. Who needs ears anyway? But yeah, no, that, yep. That's all we need. That is... See, the thing is, this is grenade-proof, though, because if they try to grenade it, we have a ramp going down, and then the grenades will land. This is the most evil grenade hole I've ever made. Because if they try to throw a grenade over, it's just going to hit the top of this ramp and roll down into the border. Because look at the drop-off. So it'll land within the cover, because if you see this angle, it's going down into this. The only way the grenade has to be perfect for it to land right on top of the turret. But that's only if they're throwing a frag grenade. If they're throwing a crack, wow. This is one of the worst I've ever made. Okay. We're, I feel mean about this one, but it's for the 700th, and they've made me, they've broken a lot of my stuff in the past, so, you know, I actually don't feel that bad about it. Okay, murder. Ooh. Now, I'm thinking because I'm gonna have to put an outer structure here, and I still want some coverage because that way I won't have to fortify the internals too much, and since I already have the structure right here, what if I got rid of you, and I didn't even put the ramp down over here, and instead we did this. And that way, there's no way they can shoot into the internals of this base, with the exception of a few keyhole areas. But then I can also carry these out to the little foundation positions, because honestly, it lines up with them really well. I like that. Let's build that, and if we don't like it, we can always just delete it and go with the original idea. Oh, this is my jam. A little bit of clipping. Touch bit of clipping. Okay, that looks sexy as fuck. Yeah, no, we're keeping this one. Oh yeah, no, we're keeping that one. This is... Here, I can get you guys a link. It's not so what I'm playing right now actually isn't copyrighted, at least according to YouTube. And I would highly doubt that Twitch has it copyrighted too, but that might all change because Microsoft bought Bethesda's publishing company. Hold up real quick, I just got a random call from I don't even know who. Okay, nope, sorry, they didn't know how to submit a project, but they figured it out. Alright, it's that puppy. You just gotta be careful when you look up Skyrim playlists because some have a shit ton of ads mixed in them, but there are some that are royalty-free out there. There's also a few that do stuff on Patreon that make the melodies and stuff. And they just link their patrons there instead, but they keep it ad-free, which, you know, great. I love those guys. But now, look at this Iron Dome, man. Look at the spikes coming out. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I like how he added, because again, it's to prevent the fact that one of their armor pieces could go up here and start shelling stuff. But at least with this now, that'll prevent it. And also it kind of takes the fact that we had just this random tower on the top because I was just randomly brainstorming. But that also takes away the need of putting the second story out there, but it adds a bit of a cool extra layer. Yeah. See, Tootie, I don't know enough about lore to know what you're talking about, but I'm just gonna say yes and nod my head, and we're gonna keep going from there. But what I really like here, I normally don't do aesthetics at this stage, but it's because I figured it out halfway through. I just want to make sure it's all going. It's this side that doesn't have it. All right. Just to blend in that Imperium symbol. See how I kind of have it clipped out, and you got a little bit of the bolts going through, so we still keep the double falcon, double bird, whatever you call it. I'm sorry. But see how it feels like, you know, studs on leather, you know, is the best way I can describe it. Just that little extra aesthetic that just, you know? I'm a sucker for that. This one we got it a little clipped in, but that's because that was the working draft, but here we can... Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Okay, I got a little bit of a clipping right there, and then it transpires to over here, so... Yeah, and then that extends it to the ramp. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Oh... I don't think disabling the simulation on these is gonna do any effects on player FPS, but I can always ask. I mean, real quick, if I were to just stare at this from the outside, what are the frames I'm gonna get here? The cello. The fucking cello. Let me know if the music's too loud, I'll turn it down. I normally don't blast music like this, but I'm feeling inspired. No, these structures cannot be destroyed. I'm not sure how many more murder holes will develop, but we'll get there when we get there.
All the music.
All of the cello. Throw in all of the cello. How are my frames when I look at that? Okay, that's kind of an issue. That's actually a really big issue. That's a really big issue. We need that to be in the triple digits. Crypto, the only Halloween thing I can think of is, the Starship Trooper bugs that have the Halloween versions in it. Okay, yeah, but if we look away... Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I need to turn this down. Too much cello. Too much cello. Okay, and then we look even more away. Yeah, high 30s, but it's not getting in the 40s, so... What this means is I'm gonna have to forego a lot of the smaller detail on this puppy, but what I can also do is select all of this right now. Unselect the door, unselect these, unselect those, because I mean for them to all have to have physics. And there's a certain blue symbol to put on it. I honestly have no idea what the blue symbol does, though. But disable simulation, disable damage, just in case. Alright, we need to do the upper fencing next. Blue is dynamic simulation or wake up. Okay, yeah, no, that's not necessarily needed. What-da-da. See, so by making this into a giant ass wall, I don't have to layer it with the external wall fencing that I usually use for projects like these. And I'm only going to build these along the outer wall, not the inner wall. Because I'm trying to think already with a 50 frame drop how much I can get away with in what I can save already. And this isn't gonna be enough. Game, why do you do this to me? Alright, well, I think it's time to self-shield, guys. I'm gonna be starting a new charity. It's called the Lcpl Liru Happy Face Foundation, where for just $24.99 a month, you can make the very, very happy face. But I've also been thinking about making, well, I think it was a guy from the Task Force 121. He was streaming this this charity event where they took Liberation and they have two teams, and they made a big point value, like a bunch of point values for Liberation, the game mode, and basically the team that can get the most points, aka take more of the map, within an allocated amount of time across multiple sessions, wins money for charity. And I thought that was really, really cool. That's not the focus of the story. The focus of the story is the guy made all of these fake commercials, and he would play them when he needs to go AFK. And I really want to do something like that. I want to make some fake Lcpl Liru themed commercials around TSB and all the other communities I work for. I think that would be funny as hell. Okay, so this wasn't lined up. But I mean, so Barbarian, like, we'd play those for the intermissions, for example, and then you can... No, we just play those. Just fucking with you. Yeah, we could throw down custom billboards, make them in Arma, or just, you know, make them in a video thing. I don't know. We'll see. No more Barbarian's Liquor Corner. We can make a commercial for Barbarian's Liquor Corner. But from now on, every time you do that, I'm just going to pour myself a glass of Johnny Walker Blue Label. Oh, yeah. I'm going to run out of that stuff very quickly, though, and that's really good stuff, so I probably don't want to use that, but at the same time, it's so good. Anyway, what was I on about? Oh yeah, someone in chat, who was that? Why can't I scroll in chat? Please, OBS, OBS, stop it. Let me, OBS? AA Freak asking me how I got my name, how do I tell this story? So, I used to work under a different name that began with an L, and I don't bring it up because it's Minecraft stuff, it was Gary's mod stuff, and it was Warframe stuff. And especially, like, Warframe was the latest one, and it was also the last one I wanted to use under that name because of a giant fallout that happened between me and a group of people, and that in itself is its own story, but I ended up settling on Liru because it also began with an L, and it was based off of an old project I made with a few friends back, not in school, that's another story, but I'll never tell that one, but we named it Liru as something. Okay, you know, actually, now that I think about it, putting this out of context just makes it sound weirder. So how do I simplify it? I call myself Liru out of an old project that was also called the same thing, and it wasn't meant to be after the anime character. If I knew that Seismic was going to release Wolf Girl With You a month after I settled on the name, I probably wouldn't have named myself Liru. But it happened. I got associated with a really good visual novel thing. I don't even know what you call it. And I've just left it ever since. I thought about rebranding 6 months ago, but then I couldn't be bothered. Yeah, don't worry about it. Okay, so LCPL, it just had good assonance with Liru. I never served. Almost everyone on my father's side served. Some on my mother's side served, but I don't mean to do any stolen valor stuff either. Like I'm the least person to do that. I think people that do that are horrible people, but I just wanted something Arma themed because, you know, the main channel has always been Arma related for the past 4 years, so I just wanted something to go with that, you know? I just, like, Op-chan is literally a symbol that is just supposed to represent women in Delta Force for frickety frack's sake, you know? I don't mean to intrude on anything. I'm just here to play video games, you know? And make funky stuff. That's all. Wow, you gotta... Chow, why you bringing Bloodwing into this, okay? She is a smart, respectable Greek woman, and, oh, I have a news story. I have a news story to tell. So, Bloodwing a while ago, she got Chick-fil-A without me and sent me pictures, and, cursed me out. No, I cursed her out for that. So today, I finally had the opportunity to go get Chick-fil-A, and I set it up to try to admit to her that I was gonna, like, cheat on her or something. I just kept typing, hey, I gave in, I needed to get back at you, and I had her freaking out, and then I just showed her a picture of the Chick-fil-A. Oops. Okay, maybe that story wasn't as good. It was me getting back at my girlfriend for not... How do I put this? Chick-fil-A is a sacred thing that you have to share with your significant other, and if they don't share, it's like cheating, okay? Because Chick-fil-A's good. If you don't know what Chick-fil-A is, it's a really good chicken place, okay? That's all you gotta know. It's playing a dangerous game, yes, especially with the Greek girl that I'm pretty sure has ties to places that could make me disappear, but... It's for the Chick-fil-A, man. It's for the Chick-fil-A, alright? Sometimes you gotta put your significant other in their place when they cheat on you by not getting you the fast food that you both enjoy together, okay? It's called revenge. And it can probably... God. Alright, another small story. I've already told this one, but I'll tell it again. First time I went to Greece with Bloodwing. Within 20 minutes of us landing, she introduced me to the U.S. ambassador from Greece to the United States, and they were on a first name basis because her father works at the embassy, and I'm like, okay. And then she introduced me to a lot of other people that are of high positions, and I'm like, how do you know these people? So if I ever disappear and Bloodwing gives a little, like, sad story of, you know, me, like, disappearing or something, don't believe it, okay? The Greek government has me and you're never gonna see me again. She has influence. I swear to God. Ah. She's scary. She's scary, okay? But I love her with all my heart, but I'm just letting you guys know. Yeah, because the Greek government's totally put together. I was,
Liru, I want my goat back.
See, you can't, Tootie, you can't stream the Sakura games on Twitch, though. They're banned, and if you're caught streaming them, you get banned. So, you know, shrug. Greek girls, man. Ay, ay, ay. Don't stick your dick in the Greek oh my gosh, something just popped in my chest. Ow. Okay. Whew. Duty, that's another game you're not supposed to. I'm not sure if I can even talk about that, because actually there's been what's that gave me a memo about how Twitch is cracking down on a bunch of channels, both big and small. And now you can't say words like the R word to define handicapped people. Or that's the nicest way I can put it. But apparently if random people in your chat start saying words that Twitch doesn't like, Twitch will just ban your channel. So I'm reaching around trying to figure out if that's true or not. Knowing Twitch, I wouldn't put them past doing something like that. But I don't know. It's weird being a Twitch streamer or a YouTuber these days in the middle ground, because there's some really big abuse we take, and it's not fun. Certainly is not fun these days. Well, the thing about YouTube is, I can't believe YouTube's becoming a bit safer to do stuff on than Twitch, in my opinion, but if I ever get Twitch banned perma, I'll go to YouTube, but YouTube just doesn't have a lot of revenue, per se. Again, I'm like a year away from transposing all of my what do you call it, my financial backing from YouTube and Twitch to other projects, but why am I under add-on options? Getting sidetracked. Let's give him a warm welcome. It's gonna take a hot second. I don't know. Again, I hate having to explain to people why we delete VODs from this channel, and why I also need to start deleting clips again from this channel, because I thought we were getting safer, but I keep getting these rumors, which, you know, like that, they sound ridiculous, but then I find out at least 2/3 of them are true. And in a perfect, well, not even a perfect world, in a common sense world, none of them would be true, yet here we are. Like, shit. Scary, man. It's scary. Never deleted your VOD so fast, yep. I'm willing to bet I even know what that word is, but I'm not gonna say anything, because I don't want to risk it. So I'm not gonna put an archway to get up to this upper level. I'm just going to keep it there as cover. But I'm gonna put some storage cabinets on the side here. I don't know, just... I'm gonna keep having fun. We've always just been about having fun, and if I randomly disappear, that's because Twitch apparently doesn't want us all to have fun. They want us to... You know, I'm just gonna get off the topic. Screw it. Screw it. How does everyone feel about tattoos on women? I think it's... If someone wants to get a tattoo, they can go get a damn tattoo. It's not that hard. Everyone has the right to do what they want. And that's the thing, Bloodwayne, she wants to get a tattoo someday. And I'm like, sure, go for it. Like, I used to be iffy about it, like, when she bring it up in the first or second year we were dating. But at this point, I'm like, you know what? She's her own person. I have no right to tell her how to... You know, it's her body, her choice. Oh, that can be taken politically. Oh, great. No, we're not going down that rabbit hole. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Forget I said anything. I don't want to bring any of my political views into this. Fuck's sake. Do I have any tattoos? No, I would never get a tattoo. And the only reason for it, because I think tattoos are really cool works of art and they can define who you are, but the only reason I would never get a tattoo is because I have an innate fear of needles. And you need to get the ink in your body somehow. And I couldn't do it. Bloodwayne, yes. Fun fact, her name is actually not based off of Bloodwayne from Borderlands. It's something she just randomly created, and then years later she played Borderlands 2 and was like, oh my gosh, Bloodwayne! And then I memorized Handsome Jack's speech when Bloodwayne dies, and I was screaming it at her as she was playing that part, and she literally punched me. But it was worth it. Oh, I remember now. Explosion! I can't finish it. Just the look on her face of, like, pure, like, shock. And then the immediate fist to my face. Love hurts, yeah. Yeah. Oh. It was a good one. Totally worth it. So I'm just trying to think, like, what to put on the internal area here, but I also need to, build this up. Here, I'm also thinking, because I'm a jerk... I need probably a 5-degree break right here to get the center of that piece. No, we should probably build it internally. See where it kind of lines up right there? Yeah, we'll do that instead. Look, all I can say is I literally got hazed and borderline mugged for this woman, okay? So I can take a beating because of that. For those of you that are new, I'll tell the story. So, wait, what did I just delete if that was there? Heck. Okay, whatever. So, high school, junior year. I was, a bit of a wreck because... Was it junior year? Oh god, I can't even remember. I think it was sophomore year. No, because I was with her for 2 years. It's freshman to sophomore, sophomore to junior. Yes, no, it was junior year. My memory's starting to go, man, I swear. But anyway, back to the story. I just had a very messy breakup with my ex-girlfriend. Ex-girlfriend was a good friend of Bloodwing, and she was being very, very toxic in the breakup. Now, the reason I just put that wall there, by the way, is to block that up so vehicles can't snipe up where I have the ceremony going on. And when you drop off to here, you'll be able to see a little bit of it, but not by much. But anyway, she was being very toxic. Within 2 years of breaking up with me, she got with someone else, and every time I'd walk into the cafeteria of our school, where, you know, everyone kind of hung out before the first bell rang, because that's where all the buses, buses would drop off everyone, classes wouldn't start till, what was it, like 7:20 in the morning back then? God damn. I'm glad I don't have to wake up at frickin' 6 and 5 anymore for that, but she would start making out with him every time I'd walk in, just to screw with me. So here comes Bloodwing. And she sees how much I'm hurting, and you know, I'll admit, in the breakup, I was the bad guy. I would say out of everything, it was 2/3 my fault, 1/3 her fault when it came to all the faults, but I was more of the bad guy than she was. God, that's another entirely different story, but that's just to set the basis here. So Bloodwing starts talking to me as a friend, and I am such an emotional train wreck, and also coming of age, because it's junior year high school, so I'm still, like, height of puberty, that sort of stuff. I make the unhealthy emotional decision and get emotionally attached to her, and she realizes it, and tries to disdain me, dissuade me, whatever word you want to use, and I naturally don't take any hints. And I keep asking her out. Now, she had the friend zone track record of at least a dozen to a dozen and a half, and they were all kind of a friend group around her, and they were all, you know, all the kids that were in our cybersecurity group and all of that stuff. That's going to come into play a little later, but a lot of people asked her out and failed. But I would not take no for an answer. Yeah, the simp game. You could technically call it that. I wouldn't take no for an answer. And instead of filing a restraining order on me, it wasn't that bad, but she finally said yes. So we both decide, because of how toxic my ex is being, also, for the record, I am omitting a certain detail that she never wants me to ever tell anyone without her permission, which is also how I got her to say yes. It's also why we had a 2-year argument on when our anniversary is, our first date, or when event X happened, and I'll leave it at that. But, we... You know, thinking as an outsider, like, listening to what I just said, that leaves the door for so many possibilities. But anyway, away from that, we decide to keep the relationship a secret, and we go out on a few dates, hang out for three months. And then we finally decide to go public about it. And she's mad at me, because, so first off, we picked to do it on a Friday, that way everyone else had the weekend to think it over. Because no one was going to see this coming. People were just thinking I was recovering on my own, and everyone still saw her as, you know, the queen of everyone's desires, blah, blah, blah. So I'm late to class because the traffic is exceptionally bad that day, because there was an accident right next to the street the school was on. So she decides to go public about it on her own. So I only get to the cafeteria for a minute before the bell rings, and I got a hostile glare from everyone. And my ex was then ranting at her about me being a horrible human being. But as the months went on, my ex, in her own vendetta, managed to make herself look like the bad guy and me look like, you know, the wounded innocent bystander, because her exaggerations got worse and worse. So I got points with everyone from there, but it still came as a shock to everyone. So now, how I got actually beat up here. Fridays were cybersecurity. So after school, we'd go to a cybersecurity class and we would practice for upcoming competitions and stuff. And Nerd Group, her friend zone track record group, was, you know, all of the higher ups. And one of them, his name was Jacob, his father was the guy that ran the group. And the group also had a student, not the student resource officer, which was the school cop. It had a different guy who was like the IT security guy. He was a really cool guy. He was one of the vice principals. So I watch Jacob. I walk in. So the class, it's here. We can actually visualize this. Let's say we'll just take this room for example. So let's say this is the door, and then this in here is the room. So door's right here. I walk in to this area right here, and it doesn't help that there's this giant opening right here. But so we'll pretend it's from the other way. So this is the door. This is the classroom. So the guy in charge of the class with the VP were in the back right corner. All my friends were over here because they form up, because this is the front of the class, so they would form up here because this is where the more experienced guys would hang out, and this is where the newer guys would hang out. I look over to them. I give a weak smile of just hi, because an hour ago, Bloodwing's really protective friend threw me against a locker, and he was twice my size and threatened to kill me if I ever made her cry. So I just dealt with that. And I watched Jacob. Jacob's right here. Jacob looks to his dad, nods his head. Dad looks over to Jacob, nods his head, puts his arm over the shoulder of the VP because they're facing this way, and they turn him to face this way. So as this is happening, I'm walking up to them to say hello, and they all look at me, surround me, and then start punching me in the shoulder, my left shoulder, saying, "Good job, buddy." And I don't think I've ever had my shoulder pop out of my socket, but it was close. It hurt a lot. But everyone got their punch in. Everyone got their little pound of Liru's flesh in for that one. And lasted about 5 minutes. And yeah. They wanted to do more, but then the VP turned around and they all dispersed. And there's Liru's little hazing story for wanting to date the love of his life. So there you go. There's a story from Liru's story time. I swear, ever since that day, I do occasionally just roll my left shoulder because I can remember that pain. Oh man, but I knew something like that was gonna happen that day. I didn't know when it was gonna happen. I completely forgot cybersecurity was a class that day, and whew, not fun. But after I took that, they didn't do anything else, you know? I was just scared of her big friend that, like, not big as in fat, big as in he was muscular, and he could have kicked my ass pretty easily. So I just never made Bloodwing cry. And yeah, we went from there. But I also quickly learned she could beat me up if she wanted to. She didn't need any help for that. So the moral of this story is, if she breathes, she's a thought. First off, you spelled thought wrong. Second off, if I ever tell Bloodwing that, the one time I did, she threw me in a pool, and I had all my clothes on. Thankfully, my phone survived, but yeah, that's a different story. Don't worry about it. So, let's work on the little summoning site up here. Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we? Alright, Chaos Star. line this thing up. Embed it in the floor a little bit, because that makes a really good piece right there. And then we can put a few more on these little hooks to kind of add a little bit of style points here. But yeah, I have a lot of interesting stories. Some I don't think I'll ever be able to tell on Twitch, but story time. Ooh. Huh, I just got some really cool 40k news that I was just told to keep my mouth shut about, so I'm gonna shut up about it. Yay, K, thanks, bye. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I just got showed something, I have no idea what it is, but that's okay. More 40k content. Now, let's see. Oh, speaking of which, I'm so pissed off at my, I have an inside guy in Bohemia who gives me a lot of information, and for the past 4 months he's been telling me the next creator DLC was going to be Korean War themed, and then we had today's announcement, and I'm like, you son of a bitch. You lied to me. You lied to me! That's okay, it looks pretty cool, but I really wanted to see some Korean War stuff, because think about it. What's the last video game you played that had anything to do with the Korean War? You know what I mean? Like, I haven't seen anything to do with Korean War, and I was really excited for it. But no, it was, it's like the Czechoslovakian Cold War stuff. It's another, third-party DLC thingamajig. Where are those blue rocks? Blue rocks! Okay, we'll do short. No, we don't want to move that, but this is for some ambience. Oh, yeah. Yep. That's... So when I was on the board of directors for, yeah, Homefront, but that's not historical Korean War. But anyway, when I was on the board of directors with all the other modders and in the 40k there is only war mod, we got together and we're like, hey, guys, we need to make some rocks. And everyone, you know, they nodded their heads and we're like, yeah, we need to make some rocks. How should we make the rocks? And one of the devs, I'm not going to use names here because I don't want to piss any of them off because I love them all so much, but they're like, you know, we should have some cool blue mineral rocks, you know, for some really cool ambience effects and whatnot. And I'm like, yeah, that's really cool. And then another guy raised his hand. He's like, no, what we should do is when we make the rock, we should only make like 3/4 of the rock. And we're like, well, what do you mean? He showed us a picture of this, and he's like, notice how the top of it doesn't have anything. And they all thought this was a great idea. And yeah, now we're stuck with this. No, just kidding. I just fucking... I can't even select it because of all the big-ass assets in the way. Do I have any... What's a cluster look like? That's all the rocks. Also missing the... I hate my life. Okay, anyway, let's just stop selecting the building. We're just gonna work with this. I've already told a few stories, Loster. I think I'm storied out for the day. I don't know, we, in high school, I had this teacher named Mr. Wood, and I had him in 2 different classes. He was a great teacher, but every time someone asked him a really dumb history question, he would always make up a story about how he was there in 19 whatever, And at the end of the day, like the end of the story, after it would be like, you know, more and more ridiculous, and he would intentionally try to watch for when the student caught on to when they knew he was, you know, pulling their leg, and then he would cut it off and say, "I don't fucking know what it is." Okay, what else? Get me the hooks. I need me the hooks. The hex sling load hook. It's a banana and it's a silver banana. Okay. It's got a lawn meat hook out. $90. And we're gonna put it in the rock. I swear this will look cool. You just gotta give me a little bit, okay? Just give me a little bit of time. We're gonna put bodies on those, and then I need my creator decal. Looks a little tacky. Instead, I can add a little bit on the lighting. And I need to centralize this a little more. Yeah. Again, it's the best I can do given the circumstance, you know? And I still gotta decide what I'm actually gonna use as a warp daemon. But maybe I can lower that even more and instead just have the hooks kind of go into it like that. That way, when Rifleman goes up there, because all things considered, let me look at this from the outside and see how many frames it eats. I cannot let it go below 70 from Eden. Preferably keep it on 80, but with all the assets I've added, it's going to be down to 75-ish. All things considered. Yeah, 75, like I thought. Someone asked me, I remember a few weeks ago, because I was literally predicting the FPS I would get. They'd asked me how I knew it, and to be perfectly honest, I don't. It's just me guessing based off of all the other times I've made scenarios like this, and just in the back of my head, counting the amount of assets I've put down. And just knowing, like, the bigger assets and work complex, just experience with it. And I'm just able to guess. I'm not able to explain how I'm able to make those guesses, but they tend to be more right than wrong, you know what I mean? So I'm just trying to think here. Realistically. Like, I want there to be some more detail in here, but... Yo, no! I know exactly what we're doing! Guarded plots! Because we're men and women of culture, okay? So I, for one, am totally okay with putting trees down that I know the players aren't going to be able to shoot, but the AI are totally going to be able to shoot through. Why? Because I'm a jerk. And the 700th wouldn't have me any other way. Literally, I keep asking them. I thought my op for them, the last op, was shit because they fought generic dudes again, but I did not find a person that did not enjoy that op. So I'm baffled, but that's okay. Feels like the floor isn't there, like it's see-through. I don't know, that's weird. I get fixated on the weirdest things. I swear, I just let the brain go and crazy things happen. Give me a tree. Wow, it's almost been 2 hours. I've just based that on the fact that the music playlist only goes for like 2 hours. Okay. I need a birch tree. Yeah. A birch tree. Okay. Do we have a ficus? Okay. We have a fig tree. No, it's a ficus. Yes. Okay. Now, do we have mahogany? We don't have mahogany. All right. Well, Arma was a cool game. Now it is not. I want a banana. That's a banana tree. So I feel... But Liru, this is a major abuse of the frames, because every asset counts. Shut up, I want my banana tree. But Liru, bananas come out of bundles, so you'd have to make a bundle of bananas. Shut up, this is a 40k banana tree. But Liru, shut up, I ran out of ideas to pretend I'm arguing against the guy I argue against in the shower to win conversation against myself to make myself feel better so I get dopamine and serotonin boost so I can feel better about my life. It just works. It just works. It just works. It just works. What's my favorite faction in 40k? I don't know a lot of lore about 40k. All I know is my Zeusin apparently embeds Slanesh because I excessively murder people. Even though that should feel like it's more Cornite, but... Or Cornite, excuse me, Corn, whatever. But, I don't know. And then... it's the way I do it. It's the way of how I tempt people to kill each other. But can I can't take the banana. I cannot take the holy banana. I can climb on the banana tree. No, I can't. Oh, if only I could take the banana. It's a selectively bred. Oh wow, OBS does not like the frames. Like it's not choppy on my computer, but OBS makes it look choppy. And OBS just said encoding overload. Well, that's not overload. Jeez, whatever. That's not good, but that's okay. At least I can go under my ficus tree and not get wet. Guys, that's what it's all about. As long as I can go under the ficus tree. This is the ficus, right? Yes. And not get wet, then okay, so we lose points for me not getting able to pick those bananas up, but I gain points for being dry under the ficus tree. Okay. The score is still, I never kept score in the first place. No, I don't want to. Game? Game, where's my shit? Game? Game, don't scare me like that. Where's the thing I just spent 3 hours building? There it is. But that's a little peek of what the original area looked like. It saves every time I hit the play button, by the way. But yes, we save often and we save frequent. What's a beech tree? I don't know, but we're adding one. Now, you're probably wondering, do we get good sunlight to grow these trees? And the answer is, when your sunlight comes from a giant warp portal, does it really matter? Oh my god, a fern tree. Yes! We already got a birch. A homemade Capri Sun. Oh yeah, that right there. That's gonna get a lot of players killed for AI shooting through that puppy. Yeah. All right. You know, we should probably get some 40k trees. That would make a little more sense. But I don't have access. It's like weeping pine, right? Or pine. Can't tell me what to do. You're not my real dad. Okay, for real. 45-degree angle. That's my favorite. The medical tree. Now, the medical tree is interesting because the only way to grow it is with the blood of the innocent. Jesus Christ. I'm very psychotic. Okay, anyway, back to other trees. Got some 40k themed trees in here, so it's not totally different. All right, we need one more tree. Excellent. Oh, and they're hugging. That's cute. Let's see. I have a sudden urge to, where is it? Sports and recreation. Okay. And it didn't come up. That's probably because it's sport and recreation. Where is it? Where is it? No, 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 no. It's in here. Oh, right, because there's supposed to be a debug Space Marine. If you get the reference, if you're a longtime fan and you get the reference, good on you. If you don't, Someone can tell it to you. It's my favorite tree. We have a really good amount of trees in here, and that's gonna be it for my fine detail. Alrighty. I'm gonna start grabbing module stuff. That's why they call me Slanesh. Well, shrug. What can I say except delete this? Wait, that's the wrong one. Oh well. Not deleting it. Okay. We're gonna start putting in all of the 700th fundamental thingamajigs, thingamabobbers, little doodads. Also, is there a way I can get it to give me a count of these assets? Because they said that was dangerously close to the limit. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. Now, I want to keep that spawn. And I want to grab my units in there. The AI mode doesn't matter. It's fine. We can grab... We can just grab it as that, and then I can go to the other file. Why even have a limit? Because server load, the 700th has a very particular way about doing things. But the theory behind it is because a lot of the coding for stuff is janky, they only like having a certain amount of objects at once. Yeah, Freak. Shoot it as a DM or over Discord, because if you put links in the general chat, they get suppressed, because, we just kept getting hit by bots that would put suspicious links out there, and I want to keep you guys safe. Also, because I heard a rumor, and confirmed it, that if you let those bots post suspicious links in your chat browser, you as a streamer can get banned for it. Happened to a guy. I met him. Like I said earlier, there are the rumors, which I hope aren't true, that are actually true, and it terrifies me. So the reason the AI were invincible was because they're CSAT based. Because how they do their special ACE config is they rewrite the config of the unit itself. However, that changes the entry in their model bin, which makes them impossible to spawn in the 3DIN editor. So it's like... Wah. But I have a way around that. It just is going to require a little bit of work on my end, but we can make it work. Alright, so that's going to be spawn. This is the guy I want. Except we're going to have to transpose him to op4, but that's fine. No, wait, no, yes, that would be it. And I can get rid of his gun. So you have to, for any 40k op where you're going to use Space Marines, or any op tray op where you use Spartans or Elites, because they run a custom skeleton, you have to have them pre-spawn somewhere in a debug corner for the server or mission file to render it. Because if you don't, when you spawn them in, it's going to cause a major lag spike in the middle of the mission and break it. Some people will memory leak off. It'll cause like a 10 to 15 minute just freeze of the game. And yeah, obviously there's issues with that, you know what I mean? He might not even fit in the cage. He's too big for the cage. He's all grown up. He's gonna need a second cage. Here lies Zorn the Bear's cage. I love it. Okay. So we're gonna put this aside. This is all their framework stuff. I'm gonna shove that over here. Yeah, but it does happen, Mal, and it's something I want to avoid if I can. Alright, now I gotta think about vehicles. First off, let's save it. Let me also tab out and get all their custom scripts. It's about 6 o'clock. I'm probably gonna want dinner before Iopus is up. So let's see, I gotta go into my missions folder. We gotta go into Shapur folder, copy everything except the prep. Now I gotta remember, what vehicles did they want? They wanted autocannon Taroxes. And they wanted 6 of those. And they also wanted chimeras. So let's see. Game. Game. I need. So 4 chimeras. This abomination. Giving some weird frame spikes there. So the reason I want to template their vehicles so I can set them up on a respawn timer so I don't have to deal with it. They wanted 2 Nyxes. Four Polarises. So all these skins were made by JFax way back when, and then they just took them and added them to their template, which... Keck. I guess. But I'm going to try to organize this in terms of armor. And then 2 Lehman Russ Executioners. And I'm trying to think that's it. I'm gonna have to review the footage. Which I'm pretty sure we can actually just do right now. Where's YouTube? Go onto my channel. I'm not gonna lie, these days, actually for the longest time, I've just used my YouTube channel to remember things that I don't remember. Because I am a klutz. Alright. And then I make skippable ads because I hate lawn ads. That's the music of my intro. Okay, so it was 2 Tarux autocannons. So that's those 2. 2 Pastor Stags, 1 Imperial Party Bus, which they told me was the Polaris. The 2 Executioners, they want a Rhino and a Predator. The 2 Nexus for Valente. I'm only seeing 4 total. So I can get rid of 2. And I can pull these over. However, they're also saying they want the Passenger Stags, which Gore told me is within Renegade Green. I don't know why they use heretical vehicles. I think they should all be executed for it, but I don't run the unit. And that was how many stags? 2, and then they ask for another 2 here. They asked for 1 stag. Right there. So let's space them out a little more. The 700's all heretic. Let's just burn them to the ground. Let's see. 2 chimeras. So they wanted 6 chimeras. And then 2 Hydras, 2 Trojans. So 700th, APCs, Hydra, Trojan. So that's 8 chimeras total. So at that rate, just that. And then the Rhino and the Predator, and they do Blood Ravens. Or no, it's Raven Guard. I always make that mistake. Predator and Rhino. Where their big Steves go. Alright, with that, let's yeah, they hit the Valkyries, so I'll put 2 Avengers down. And this is the one that has the transport slots. I'll put 2 of these down as well, because I remember seeing 2 of them. And then let's get a respawn position down for vehicles. And I'm going to be very, very simple here. And just put it on a single minute. You know, I'll be even nicer. Let's just do 30 seconds. Because I can just spawn more Hydras to shoot air down if I really need them dead. So again, 2 Taurus is... Yeah, it's the autocannon. They wrote down autocannon. Cool. I don't know what... I still don't know what an Imperial party bus is. They never really specified. I think they meant Polaris, but... There's also 2 additional requests for 2 extra Polarises, so... What I'm going to do is I'm going to just 5, 6, sink them. Alright, that should be that. Let's lower that menu, have OBS come back up. Wino Valkyrie, they hit a bunch. You're going to have to take it up with them. They hit all the Grimdark stuff because apparently it's buggy. Even though every other community I play on, it works fine, so shrug. I think it just doesn't play nice with their custom ace, and they're working on making a compatibility for that. Again, I can't speak about it because I don't know. What do you mean any unsaved progress? We literally just saved it, game. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I think because I was in load instead like a dumbass. Well, there's no bus asset, though. We'll look again, but there's no bus. Not in their mod set, at least. Yeah, I know, it's from 3CB. Yeah, and you doubt the 40k community would have a mod like 3CB, so... Alright, nothing exploded. I'm gonna go into Zeus and just throw some stuff off to the side. But yeah, I mean, literally, this. I get Tank Busta. I get a bus sign. I get a statue of bus. You go explode. 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 Insufficient well, I mean, that explains it, because I think I just spent all my resources throwing it. Explode. 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 I think I just heard it go boom in the distance. I was late on that last one. Yep, nope, that's everything coming back within 30 seconds. These all work, that's because we're not on their config, for reference. I hate that they're invincible now. Why you do this to me? How much ammo is in this thing? Perfectly okay. Why wouldn't he be? Malin, I don't think we can, because, they're a custom... I'd have to ask Ark, but it's probably gonna be no, because that's a homebrew vehicle they made, but it looks pretty dope, because they put the internal... They put a bunch of internal seats in there, and then just took the, Oh, you know the mod? Nice, okay. Ask Makarov, or Kekarov, whatever you want to call him. My little medical tree's gonna grow big and strong. Alright, I mean, we still need some finer detail here, but looking out on this AO, what do I get? What's my number? What's the number, Luis? Oh, that's not a good number, Luis. That's a really bad number, Luis. That's okay. What I can do to stall is I can make an outer garrison, and I can literally layer this to only have like 50 AI down at a time. It means I'm going to be a little stressed, but I can make it work. Yeah. And then the town's been edited to have some 40k buildings on the inside. Doesn't really feel like I blended 40k in too well, but at this point, I'm at the limitation of frames, and I would rather have giant fuck-off base in the middle of nowhere. Plus, I really like these cute little overpasses. Okay, what if... Where's Miller? Miller, how would you... Oh, of course you would. You'd go under it, you little fucking cheater. Buddy, my man, come over here. Come on, Miller, you have to do it. You have to do it. Oh, come on, the cannon totally could. Miller! Miller's smart, man. Done. Where is this? You're literally staring. Shoot him. Shoot him now. Shoot him. Shoot him. Shoot him. My God, I'm replacing you with a better one. You, shoot him. Shoot him. Shoot him. Is Miller just a god? He just broke my... What? You son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! Fucking... Wow. I'm speechless. He finished healing us. According to this, his simulation's still enabled, but his... Fuck you! Okay. Alright. I win. I win. You can't do that to me. We're gonna end it there. We'll work on this later, cause I need to go drink something and process what the hell I just watched. So Thank you so... He's not dead yet. Okay, we're just... I'm gonna have to lower this position a little bit, but... Wiggle to death. Wiggle! Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your life. That sounded wrong, whatever. And cheers. Have a good one. Fucking Miller!